What happens when you stop hiding, own your voice, and help others do the same? This week on The Rebel Rebel, I'm joined by Carrolee Moore. She's Jamaican-born, Texas-based, and on a mission to bring underrepresented voices to the front. From imaginary grocery stores in her backyard to launching businesses that change lives. You don't want to miss it. This episode of The Rebel Rebel is brought to you by my book, Brand Jitsu. Most brands blend in. They don't mean to, but they do. After 25 years of helping people fix that, I wrote the playbook. It's called Brand Jitsu, Move Your Brand from Meh to Memorable. It'll show you how to shape your story so it hits and sticks. Grab a copy at your favorite bookstore or head to brandjitsu.com. Welcome to the Rebel Rebel. I'm your host, Michael Dargy, and somewhere across the world, I can't wait to share her with you. Please welcome to the show, Carrolee Moore. Carrolee, how the hell are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Today feels like a Tuesday and not a Monday. I feel like there are weeks where you have like 5 Mondays in a row. This feels like a day after Monday.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm good. Yeah.
That's so nice. So we don't need to know your street address, but where in the world are you exactly?
I am like 45 minutes outside of Dallas, Texas.
Oh, very nice. Mm-hmm. Very nice. I do love that. There's a lot of Texans on this show.
Because we're awesome. And it's also a huge state. So there's a lot of that.
You can't help but being from Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So let's start here just so that people can sort of wrap their head around what Carrolee Moore's life looks like. What is it that you're up to right now? Like, what's your thing?
So right now I'm helping underrepresented experts not only find their voice, but being able to tap into that voice to genuinely impact the world. And I know that sounds like a super lofty and kind of ridiculous.
I'm here for it.
But it's the joy of my life, honestly. I've been an entrepreneur for a few years. It's my second business. And right now, I just feel like we have hit our stride in finding and connecting and partnering with folks who have something to say. These are the folks that have been working behind the scenes for 15, 20, 25 years. They've been doing the do while everyone else is getting the credit for their like really smart ideas. Oh. And now I get the opportunity to like literally help them be in the front, have their voice be heard, and all their kind of innovative and really cool ideas be out into the world. So I do this with my business podcast, Pitching Society, but I think regardless of the kind of retainer that it's in, I'm doing that across the board for free, in conversation, like paid, it's all the things. And so it's been really, really awesome.
Oh, okay. Well, just before we go any further so that people can like, cause they're going to be like doing the thing, unless of course they're driving, in which case don't do that. But where do they find you? Where can they connect with you?
So I'm always on LinkedIn. That's kind of my home on social media, which I'm not really the biggest fan of social media. So LinkedIn, Carrolee Moore, you'll find me there, musing about things. Yeah. And we're also launching a podcast. It's called The Currency of Visibility. Yes. I don't think we talked about that.
No, we didn't.
It's coming out in a few weeks. And that podcast is really going to be my love letter to my former self. I feel like a lot of times when we talk about visibility, it feels like a popularity contest. And so I felt like I needed to fit in a box or be a certain kind of way in order to be accepted or to be seen as fill in the blank. And you don't, right? And I figured that out after years of trying to like be like everyone else, like the whole idea of like social media hustle, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, screw that. So this podcast is going to be a lot of me talking about different ways to do that and then bringing on people who have also done that for their business and their brand. So folks can learn from them as well.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, heard it here first, folks. Well, maybe not. But.
Yeah, for sure. So
outstanding. Well, so let me traipse back in time to maybe it's young Carrolee. Maybe she's 4 or 5. She's precocious. She's kicking ass, taking names. Like what was the seminal moment of your life when you realized that maybe you're not built like everybody else?
Okay, I don't know that I've ever said this story recorded.
All right.
So I don't know if I want to share. Well, you know what? Whatever. So I was a strange little kid. I'm not an only child, and I have several brothers and sisters, but age gap wise, there's like just massive gaps. So my
Right.
younger brother is 11 years younger than me, and my older sister is 8, sometimes 9 years older than me. So I felt like an only child. So I talked to myself a lot. I made up stories a lot.
Nice.
My imagination was ridiculous to the point where in my backyard, I created a world that had a shopping center, that had a supermarket, and a train track, train station. Here's the crazy part. I somehow convinced my friends that this world existed. So imagine a few kids just walking around the backyard, imaginary grocery shopping, imaginary.
I love this.
And like I co-opted an entire neighborhood. It's my imaginary, like crazy. And that's when I realized like something's different here. And I loved writing stories. I love just expressing myself in different ways. I was a dancer. And so really, I think the biggest thing that transformed my life and just the way that I expressed myself was moving from Jamaica to the United States. I moved from Jamaica to the US in 98. And I pretty much had to figure out pretty quickly how to stop getting bullied. And I was this like motor mouth kid in Jamaica, right? Comfortable in my own setting. And then I was transported to this new place, new language, new culture, new types of like being, all of the things. And so this imagination, this big, bold personality, this person that just kind of shrunk a bit, and not a bit, a lot.
Oh boy.
So that I think those childhood memories of like creating worlds, I remember this is bad. Putting all of the brooms and mops that were in my house, just putting them all in a row and pretended like they were students in my classroom.
That's not bad. It's imagination.
And I just taught them different subjects.
I'm all about this. It's so
and then
great.
I started doing it with like stuff on my like drawers and toothpick. I was that kid. And then my poor brother, cousins, they'd come over and we'd have summer school where I literally have a whole lesson plan. Mind you, they came over to try to play tag.
Yeah.
Like, fun things. I'm like, no, we're in school and I'm the teacher. So yeah, that was me as a kid. And then all of that kind of just got shut down. And I became this quiet recluse, which was not really me for a very long time. I was that way.
Wow. Ooh, that's a storm brewing.
Yeah, you heard that.
Or that was a moment.
Yeah, that was.
Right. That's just a punctuation mark on what you just said.
It's like as a mic drop.
The universe is like, I got you.
Yeah, right. Good one.
That's really cool. So how did you get out of that? Like, when did you sort of re-find yourself?
Can I be honest? It's recent.
Yeah.
So
again,
I was pretty much a quiet person, someone who didn't really want to be anywhere near the front. I would write the words and just be like, oh, someone else say them. I really don't want to.
Yeah.
For a very long time. So I became a really good writer, and that was majority of my like career. And then just slowly I started to meet other women that were my supervisors and folks that I worked with, that I just saw them being extremely free.
Yeah.
I saw them being like powerhouses, and I was like, "Ooh, I wish I could do that." And it really wasn't until I lost my hair. So I'm not bald by choice. Like initially, I am now bald by choice because I'm
beautiful.
Thank you. I realize now it's just an easier existence, so I ham it up.
Yeah.
But when you don't have the thing to hide behind anymore, and I had really long hair before I cut it all off, I had to.
Yeah.
You start to become a different person. You have to.
Sure.
Because there is no hiding. I walk into a room. I'm bald. I'm chocolate. It's really hard to hide.
Yeah.
Especially in like the places that I've lived. I've lived in Boston and now I live in the suburbs of Dallas. Like I'm going to stick out.
Yeah.
And at some point you have to stop faking it, like faking that I'm okay, faking that I'm outspoken. I stopped faking that once I built my business and I had to figure out what my voice sounded like in writing. I've been writing for so many different types of people for so long.
Yeah.
And it became like my superpower to be able to like really hone in on someone's voice. They tell me about their story, et cetera. And that's really a part of what we do now for our clients still. But I had to do that for myself.
Oh, that's hard.
It is. And especially when it felt like therapy, because for decades I had been hiding.
Right.
And when I decided to stop hiding, I realized in order for me to actually do what I want to do, which is to meet and find and partner with as many underrepresented and underestimated experts as I possibly can, I cannot be timid. I cannot walk in like, oh, well, maybe I don't. That is not the energy that is going to pull these people out of their own. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I had to become the thing. I had to become the light in order to help people kind of come out of their own darkness. And it sounds, again, really...
No, don't diminish that. That's kick-ass.
But that's what happened. It wasn't like an internal thing that was like, and I'm now going to be outspoken. I'm now going to be free. And I'm now going to... Like, I didn't make a decision. I felt like I was forced to in order to really fulfill this mission that I feel so strongly and so like deeply is my mission.
Yeah.
The person I needed to become to do that had to be free.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, and that's still a work in progress. I think there are different levels of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel very much like myself now.
That's amazing. Congratulations and welcome. It's about time you got here. Come on.
I know.
That's really
cool.
Took
me a minute.
That's all good. You got here. I mean, I love this idea of work in progress. Do you ever go back to Jamaica?
Yes, several times.
I've been several times.
Yes. Not a ton. Well, yeah, a ton. On my mom's side, there's still a lot of people. My dad's side, there's a ongoing joke with Jamaicans that basically there isn't a hemisphere that does not have a Jamaican living there. I mean, we're in Alaska, we're in Australia, we're all over the place. And so my family is a part of that migration. I have family in Europe, obviously in the US, or more specifically North America. So Canadians, all the things. I had family in Mexico at one point. So yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. So there's people in Jamaica, but there's also probably a lot more of my family outside of Jamaica.
What do you miss about Boston?
I shouldn't have laughed. That shouldn't have been the first response.
I mean, you don't sound like you're from Boston.
I don't, on purpose. But I miss the food. I think one of the things, as segregated as Boston is, I don't think people recognize just how segregated Boston is.
I had no idea.
The cultures, if you take the time to go to the different places, you can get authentic Italian food, like really down home Italian food. You can get authentic Irish food, which there's not a lot of places in the US unless, again, there were settlements of Irish people and they kind of kept that alive, which is what Boston is. A lot of it, you can get really authentic there. Then you get authentic African food, you get authentic Jamaican food, you get Eritrean food and not just Ethiopian food. There's so many different pockets of food and cultures in Massachusetts as a whole, but Boston, it really, I wouldn't say it's a melting pot because like I said, it's very segregated, but if you take the time to travel outside of whatever pocket you find yourself in, you will find some really good food I miss that because Dallas is tacos and brisket. Just saying.
Do you barbecue?
I do not. I don't eat red meat.
Okay.
Which is just, moving here and not having that in my diet. I don't know if that was the smartest idea, but I really love where I live. So
yeah. What brought you to Texas?
Combination of like God and I think a huge part of it is God. Because I just, Texas was not on my list. I think the number one response that I get when I told people I was moving to Texas is what I thought was like, isn't that racist? And I was like, yes. And so is Massachusetts, where I lived for 20 plus years. I don't think that's going to be a difference.
Yeah.
I haven't found that here is any worse than where I came from. Actually, I find that people here are friendly. And you'll know kind of immediately whether or not they're like, you guys are good or not. And I like that. Like if let me know immediately. And we're good. So yeah, I eat here the same way that I would in Boston, with the exception of like different types of food. So I cook a lot more here because I can find ingredients for Jamaican food and I can cook it here. But
I was gonna ask, so what's your go-to thing that you make? Like, again, I don't know a whole lot because I've never been to Jamaica, but is it like jerk chicken? And
no, I don't eat chicken.
Oh, you don't eat meat at all?
So okay,
so no meat?
So we don't eat red meat. However, we have started to eat leaner meats, which are kind of quote unquote exotic, which I didn't know was exotic.
Oh, like ostrich? Like
yeah, actually. And my favorite right now is a pineapple curry alligator.
All right. I've had alligator gumbo once, and it confused my palate, not gonna lie. It couldn't decide what it was.
It's my version of chicken.
Yeah, okay. That's cool. I'm not yucking your yum at all. I just think that.
And I'm Jamaican and I can cook, so it's gonna be flavorful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Jamaican curry, so it's a sweeter. It's a sweeter curry than like I would say like the typical Indian spice curries that tend to be a bit more on the tangier, super spicy.
Right. Does your spice sit in the back of your palate? Does it clear your sinuses? Like
no, that's what I'm saying. Like it's not that.
Oh, okay.
It's not this intense, like holy.
Yeah.
Because I've had that. It's not that. It's really sweet. Not really sweet. I shouldn't say it's sweet. There is some tang, especially because there's pineapple in there.
Yeah.
But it's sweet. It's like a lot of flavors. Think about like all the juices that come from the pineapple, and then you're eating it with the curries. Yeah.
And I would think that probably the pineapple juice, the acid probably breaks down the meat pretty good, so it's tender.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Okay.
But specifically Jamaican dishes, it's like a breakfast. Our version of breakfast is the fruit. It's the national fruit. It's called ackee.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a fruit.
Super healthy.
Yes. It doesn't look like a fruit, but it is.
Okay.
So we cook that with codfish. So salted codfish with the ackee. And that's kind of like your protein side. And then we cook like green bananas.
Like plantains kind of?
No. So this is like, instead of yellow bananas, this is like actual green bananas.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. So you boil that with what we call yams is not what Americans call yam. Yam here is like sweet potato and very sweet.
Yeah.
Yam in Jamaica is kind of like yuca, like that family.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It's not necessarily yuca, but just in that family is yam. And then we also do dumplings. Not, again, Asian dumplings that there's stuff inside of it. It's just, flour with a little bit of other things in it that
like a hush puppy kind of deal. Like
no, it's circular.
Okay.
And there's like you can make it with like a little bit of a dip in the middle so that it it's easier to cut through. Right now. Yeah, it's Jamaican breakfast. I haven't met a person that has had Jamaican food. Not a person that has had Jamaican food with like. I'll pass. Never.
Really?
I'm just saying.
All right. This is new. This is now on my bucket list.
And you're in Canada, so you can find, even outside of Toronto, I'm sure in Calgary, there are pockets of Jamaicans.
There is, and I know quite a few, and many of them are actually running their own sauce companies. Like they've got like special Jamaican sauces and stuff like that. So good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try it.
Yes, I'm in. What is something that Carrolee does just for her? Like, what do you do for you that's between the business and when you're trying to, I don't know, like refill your bucket?
I have a couple of things. I'm a journaler, right?
There's power there.
Yeah. And I think for all the times that I didn't know what to say, or I didn't feel like I was empowered to say anything, I just wrote stuff down. Now in this season, I'm dreaming a lot.
Oh.
A lot more. And writing down in my journal the things that I really want to do, and writing down in my journal how I'm really feeling, and kind of tapping into where I am.
Yeah.
So I'm not just existing. There's, really kind of tapping into like, how are you feeling? So that has been a really great thing for me. And then the other thing is I genuinely like eating. I'm not even gonna lie. And so I have decided to simply get to know people over meals. So a lot of my free time, I just schedule dinners and lunches and brunches and all of that. For other people, it's just like a cute thing to do. I just like that charges me back up. Having
so cool.
A good meal.
Yeah.
With like good conversation. Even if it's tea, we go to a tea house, like I'm all for it. So those two things.
You said something that struck me because it's been a while since I've heard anybody call it this in this season. Talk to me about that. What does that mean?
My life is full of seasons. I think all of our lives are full of seasons, right? But I can literally point to transitions. Like right now I'm going through transition. And this year has been a transition. I closed my first business last July and opened another one in October. Those are seasons.
Yeah.
And in each of my seasons, I've learned something about myself. I've learned something about the world, and I've learned something about my future.
Huh.
And in the moment, some of these seasons are hard. They're very difficult to go through. My dad got sick in 2021 and passed in 2022.
I'm sorry.
9 months of him battling stage 4 cancer was a season.
Yeah.
Because in the middle of that, I was trying to build my first business and didn't have a full-time job. So there was a lot that I learned about myself in that season, a lot that I learned about my future and what I'm able to actually do and endure in that season.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think when we think about resiliency, we see, I think we put the folks that have I fought cancer and won. And those are the resilient people. But when we think about our lives, and if you really do look back on all of the quote unquote seasons that you've been through, you've had to be resilient in your own way throughout your life. And resiliency can be taught, but it also just comes from living. After a few decades, you're going to recognize that you've had to be a little resilient.
Yeah.
Right. We just have different tests, different challenges. And I stopped trying to compare my tests and my challenges to other people. Because I asked a lot of whys, why me? Why is my dad the person that I loved beyond anyone else in this world, who I used to cry about dying before he died, before he even got sick? I would just get really upset and start crying, thinking about him not being there. And knowing that happened. And I just asked why.
Yeah.
I was very angry for a while. Then you kind of realize, this is life.
Yeah.
There's no getting around certain experiences. There just isn't.
Yeah. When you journal, are you digital journal or are you like pen and paper journal?
So I'm usually a pen and paper journaler. I have several notebooks that have just been, But what I've been doing now as like a combination is there's a journal app on your like the iPhone. I don't know if it's on. I'm sure it's on the Android because y'all did everything before. But on my morning walks now with my new pup. Yeah, I just record.
What kind of pup? Just side note. What kind of pup?
He is a pit mix. We're not sure. Yeah, he's a cutie. I can't say too much because then he's like, "Ooh, you talking about me?"
What's his name? Spell it out.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Kobe.
Okay.
Because if I said it like, "Hey,"
yeah.
So on my morning walks with Kobe, I do a lot of like actual recorded journaling.
And what's the app called? Sorry,
it's just called Journal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
cool.
And it comes with the phone too, so
right on.
It's not an extra
check
app.
That out.
You should. It allows you to write your thoughts as well, but I really like the audio piece of it because I just know eventually I'm going to go back and listen to some of these, especially like I said, during the seasons of like, this is really hard. I don't know if I'm going to be able to like pull through this. And then you get over that and you come back and like, wow, this is what I sounded like in that valley, right? This is what I sounded like when I was going through it. And look what happened. Look what God did. So that's just kind of where I'm at.
Wild.
With the, I don't want to miss the journey.
Right.
And be so caught up in the end goal of it all that I don't remember like what was happening in between.
Good for you. And
those many miracles that happen in between.
That is so cool. So inspiring, for so many reasons. But one of them is, I'm just reflecting back on sort of my journey and my seasons and stuff like that. And I know that I have bottled some stuff up and not investigated it, hadn't looked at it. Do you know what I mean? And just, put that away, deal with that later, get through this thing.
Yeah.
But there's a power in actually opening that can up and having a look at the whoop ass inside.
Scary. No, it's so scary. Can I be honest?
Yeah.
If you're listening to this and be like, oh my gosh, she's so brave, I can't do that. It's scary.
Yeah.
To meet yourself over and over again.
Yeah.
In the middle of the mess.
Yeah.
Is scary.
Yeah.
Because there's some things that you have to be honest about. But I will say on the other side of like really kind of pushing through and like, how am I really feeling? Why did I do this? Why do I think that way? Who told me this?
Right.
Like when you start to really kind of go through that, on the other side of the ick and then like, oh, this is so uncomfortable, is a better sense of self.
Yeah.
And so you can stand on like, hey, this is me, like for real, this is me.
Yeah.
And also understand other people. There's a certain level of empathy that I feel like I don't know that I would be as empathetic if I didn't go through all the stuff that I've gone through and reflected on like, hey, you made the decisions that you made because of the information that you had.
Right.
Probably wouldn't make the same decision now, but judging yourself for that decision 5 years ago, like let it go.
Yeah. Give yourself a break.
Yeah. And then also give other people that grace, knowing that like they're making those decisions with the information that they have. Easier said than done.
Sure.
I'm still working through my forgiveness journey, but it's definitely powerful.
When you're out for your walk and you're doing your thing, I don't know. Okay. So in my mind's eye, there's probably an armadillo that's, hanging out close by, maybe darting here and there. There's some cactus. I don't know Texas clearly, but you're sitting there thinking to yourself as you're walking and you're not
a tumbleweed just going through.
Oh, they've got to have a tumbleweed.
I'm kidding. I don't live in the part of Texas that has tumbleweeds.
And
I
lizard.
Wish. But yeah, anyway, go ahead.
There's a lizard. Can there be a lizard? Okay. Anyway, so as you're walking down the street, or a path, whatever, you're thinking to yourself, oh, Carrolee, I just wish the world knew this one thing. What is the one thing that you wish the world knew? It can be anything.
I wish the world or the people in this world understood that suffering in any part of it, any part of the world, or in any people is not contained to just that person or that side of the world. When someone suffers, when some area suffers, everyone feels it. I think we have been sold a bag of goods about what it means to truly exist in this world. We have been bought into this. It's me and my family. And as long as we're good, it's all good. And I think we're recognizing that's not true. Because if you ignore all the things that are happening to the people around you because it doesn't have anything to do with you.
Yeah, quote unquote.
It's only a matter of time before it does. It will come to your front door.
Yeah.
So I wish I wish the world understood that and operated like that.
That's powerful. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Kick ass. What's your, do you read?
I do. I wish I was more active now, but I've been a book nerd for most of my life.
Do you have a go-to book or one that you hear from my own personal journey? I have bought books, multiple books of the same book, and I'll give them out to people that I think just need to have that book.
Okay.
Have you ever done that? Or
yes.
Do you have a book that you go to?
I have bought and given Atomic Habits to several people. That book changed my life. And I don't say that often because books are like movies. I read them and it's like, oh, that was great. And like, next. That book I've reread. And the first time I read it, I actually stopped after the chapters to implement before I went on. And so it changed my life. It's 2020. And I've literally never been the same.
Wow.
So that's that book. And I really enjoyed reading Michelle Obama's Becoming.
Very nice. I have not read that.
So I didn't realize it was a thing, which is so interesting because it was like 10 years and I was like, oh, there's a trend here. I really like buying and reading biographies.
Yeah.
Not autobiographies necessarily. Not always.
Right. They're a little slanted maybe.
Yeah, a little bit. But I really enjoy reading that. So like Stokely Carmichael, who's one of my heroes, probably, I don't know, maybe 2 people that's listening to this right now knows who that is. He's one of civil rights heroes, but not the often repeated MLK, Malcolm X type figures. He was also from the Caribbean and made his mark in the US, which was an interesting thing for me to find out.
Wow.
And, he got deported first thing smoking when he started kicking up too much trouble here. But
weird how that happens.
Weird. And then made his way to Africa as well, changed his name. Incredible story.
Wow.
The book is called Stokely for anyone who's interested in looking that up.
Put it in the show notes.
Yeah. And right now I'm just rereading a few different nonfiction books so I got my master's in African American studies because everyone thinks I'm African American. So I'm like, might as well learn the history and know what I'm being called because, I'm Jamaican, but I've been here long enough. I needed to know what's going on. And one of the things that I really liked was kind of going through the literature of like books that were written in like the 20s, the 30s, 50s, and 60s.
Yeah.
But like the actual fiction of it all. Yeah. I really enjoyed that. And so there's like Native Son, Black Boy. There's a few different books that I'm rereading now. It's not every day and sometimes not even every week that I'm picking these books up, but they're being read.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
What is the thing that Carrolee does for? Do you just exercise, walk, exercise? Do you like what's do
To
you go
release
swimming?
Yeah, I mean, I should
A
be
weird
working out.
question.
Yeah, working out. That was such a complicated. It's supposed to be an easy answer. You either work out or you don't. I am an athlete. I've been an athlete my entire life, or most of it. I've ran track since like the third or fourth grade, all the way out through college.
Yeah.
And competitively, so like very much. And then
what was your
once I
race?
stopped, I was a sprinter. So, did nothing over 100. I did
400 meters is for.
Yeah, I did 200 a few times. I was like, yeah, this whole turn situation, not my ministry. I'm done. So I was a sprinter. But after I finished, my quote unquote career in athletics, I was like, and we're never doing this again. So for a long time, I just didn't work out. And then, as you get older and stuff starts to stay, it doesn't go. Yeah, it doesn't go away anymore. There's no like, metabolism.
Yeah.
Do
you remember
stuff starts
metabolism?
to stick around.
Yeah.
I was like, I probably should work out again. So every so often I do, but I walk a bit more than anything else.
Yeah. Love walking.
I really, and there's like competing, again, because I'm a nerd, I look things up. And they're competing arguments about what is better, walking or running. There are experts who talk about different groups of people in the world who live to a certain age, more so than anywhere else. And a part of it is that they're actually walking more. But to develop the muscle to actually keep your muscles kind of strong, you do have to weight lift. And running does help with kind of the joints being a bit more whatever. So I don't know.
My joints disagree with running.
Right?
But I do like to run, but yeah.
You do. So do you run now for fun, like just kind of long distance, or are you an indoors gym person? Or
well, I'm both. I'm coming back to it. I grew up in a track and field family as well. We're distance runners.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We like corners.
Oh goodness. No. Me and my sister were sprinters.
Yeah. Not me. I think I've done 100 meters before. I did a couple 400 meters and I did not love that, because coming around that last 100 meters when you're in oxygen debt
is murder.
And you're outside of your body and you're just watching your body like flail down.
It's murder. It's murder. Whoever decided, that's a good race.
Yeah.
It's murder.
Yeah. I was watching some highlights of old 4x400 meter relay races and oh my God. Good Lord, those people are incredible.
Yeah, God bless them. There's my absolute favorite thing to watch, just because it reminds me of a particular experience in college, is the steeplechase.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. My dad did steeplechase.
Really?
And I want to say that he did it. He'll listen to the show and he'll correct me. But in Australia, I think it's the World Masters Games, and he did a steeplechase there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I just watch really bad D3 Division 3 steeplechase runners and laugh my butt off on the sidelines because I can't. But there was one particular instance where God bless her, she was exhausted and she wasn't supposed to be running that race.
Yeah.
And we all watched her. I mean, she did. It took talent. It did. I promise. Because I don't know how else you do this other than talent. She somehow flipped into the water.
Oh no.
Got back up, tried to get over the thing, flipped on that too, because she's not wet. Oh, it was bad. It was bad. And we were all trying to not be obvious. So everyone turned around and just did but it was, I will never forget. That was like 20 years ago.
That's awesome.
I still remember it.
That's so funny. I wonder where is she now? I wonder if she remembers that. I wonder if she's owned that.
There is video evidence because they were passing it around after. So I know every so often someone's like, "Hey, Peggy, remember when?"
Oh, you should reach out to her and get her on your show. There's my challenge for you.
If only I knew her. Because that would be like, remember the worst day of your life?
Let's relive that.
Right. Let's walk down memory lane
again. What's your favorite color?
It was purple for a really long time. By the way, I realize I'm not one of those people you ask a question and just like answer it directly.
Yeah, I hope not.
It's like
this is like I just throw non sequiturs at you left, right, and center.
There's always a story. This is why I love storytelling. There's always a story. Okay, well, it was purple for a really long time, and then I had my brand colors changed to green, which I didn't realize was like a thing for me. But yeah, green has grown on me, not just because of my brand now, but I like the way that I feel around greenery. And I do think it's because as I get older, there's a desire to be grounded.
Yeah.
And to feel more connected to just like earth and, not to get too woo-woo, but like really feeling a bit more grounded in my life and who I am, like all of those things. It just, I gravitate toward the, greens and browns and, these kinds of earth.
Do you guys have grass in Texas?
Brown one. I'm not even kidding.
The reason why I'm asking is like, do you ever take off your shoes and just scrunch your toes in the grass? Was that like
not here?
Not here. Getting filled with scorpions.
Well, not only that, because I believe that Texas is like a baby Australia, where probably not as bad. In the sense where I know in Australia, like pretty much 99% of the things that you see will kill you or like poison you to death.
Yeah.
Here, you would think that bugs are this small, but in Texas, they ate something, and now they are ginormous.
Texas size.
So, walking around, you just kind of never know. And also, there's a lot of fake grass here because
no water.
Exactly. So it's not this like grounding exercise where you can go out and just like move your feet and do all that. It's not that.
Okay. Do you remember green grass from like Boston?
Do you remember? That is a wild question. Do you remember what grass feels like?
I have a follow-up question, but
that is hilarious. I do. And that's another thing that I really miss about the Northeast in general, but Boston specifically because I lived there, was just trees and greenery and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful greenery that changed colors in the fall and changed back. Like there's nothing like it, right? New Hampshire, all the things, just really, really beautiful. So yeah, I do remember and miss it.
Okay. Sorry I brought it up. So if you had your choice between white sand beach and rolling green hills, what would you choose?
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. If you said mountains, okay. Beach. But I would say green hills.
All right.
Hopefully my family is not listening to this because I'm from an island.
That's why I asked.
Beaches everywhere. But I grew up in the mountains of that island. Okay. I think that's actually something to be said about that, where I didn't live near water really. I was hours away from any kind of ocean situation.
Gotcha.
So
so if you are listening to the show and you're not watching it on YouTube, and you should, I would just like to point out how kick-ass your frames are, and the fact that they have some green at the bottom, which
my color.
Subtle. Yeah, I dig it. It's so cool. Okay, one last question for you.
Sure.
So there's these people in the world. I call them rebels in waiting, and they are. maybe they're just about to do a thing. It could be they're in between seasons, right? And
nice.
Because they could be doing really great at what they're doing, but they want to take the next step, or are like, we're going to throw all that out and start something new. What would be your advice to these rebels in waiting?
Be sure that what you are doing is rooted in truth and rooted in you. I think a lot of times we have goals, we make goals that's tied to external markers and metrics that if we were really honest with ourselves, we don't really want that. Right. And a lot of times we don't know that until we get it. It's like,
so true.
Don't really want that. This was great, but this is not really what lights me up. You hear that a lot with people who get to a certain financial goal, right? Yeah. They make their first million, their first 10 million, whatever. And they still feel empty, or they still feel like something's missing, or they feel like, well, this was great, but this is not really my purpose. Right. And so be careful that what you are striving toward is something that someone else has kind of implanted as like a value in you. Make sure that it is true and it is true to you.
I love it. Oh, that's lovely. Thank you.
Yeah.
These underrepresented and overlooked experts and entrepreneurs, how do we get them to you?
Well, things like these, conversations like these. Honestly, that's been the thing that is keeping me up at night, not in a negative way, but just kind of trying to be creative.
Yeah.
Where are these people hanging out at? And this is why I stay on LinkedIn, because a lot of them are on LinkedIn trying to kind of figure out what happens there.
Yeah.
And then they're also listening to podcasts, trying to, again, learn and grow in whatever way that they can. These are not people that are lazy or trying to get stuff handed to them. They've literally been putting in the work.
Yeah.
A lot of these people have like bought the courses. They've done some of these things, and it's like not seeing the traction. And so I try to get to those people like right at that moment of like, I'm about to give up, or this feels overwhelming, or I'm seeing super unqualified people in my space making millions of dollars and I'm getting really upset.
Yeah.
What can I do about that? I'm like, hey, right. So that's why I'm focusing on the areas that I'm focusing on: YouTube, LinkedIn, and podcasts.
Love it.
Yeah.
Outstanding. Go check out carroleemoore.com. Find everything in the show notes.
Yeah.
Carrolee, this has been so much fun. I have enjoyed every moment of this. You're truly a special human. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Thank you for allowing a space like this where we can just chat.
Yeah.
But still get deep.
Right?
We talked about grass, but we also talked about like how to make humanity better.
Yeah.
I love that.
Baby steps.
And grass.
Yeah. And beaches. Thanks so much for listening to this episode. Hey, if you're an artist, scientist, entrepreneur, or business owner who wants a smooth and proven method to find, shape, and share your story with the world, head on over to brandjitsu.com and order a copy of my book, Brand Jitsu, Move Your Brand from Meh to Memorable. I've been your host, Michael Dargy, and this has been the Rebel Podcast. It's a podcast for creative rebels and entrepreneurs all over the world. And hey, if you're a rebel or you know a rebel, head on over to therebelrebelpodcast.com and fill out the guest request form. Thanks so much for listening. Until next time.